Gopalataaya namo namaha. Hare Krishna. So I've already sent you. Um, I already sent you the sixth chapter. Last time I thought I've sent you the fifth chapter, but actually it was sixth chapter. So good that you already have sixth chapter. And then later I'll send you the hard copy of, sorry, the soft copy for of the fifth chapter as well. So in the last class, we were discussing the gopis and the manjaris, how they do this. So and who is the sadhak and who is the siddha and what is the siddha rupa sadhana. So we've taken out we got to know about 16 main services which are performed by manjaris to recite the glories of both the hero Nayak and the Naika, to carefully create a situation in which Sham is attracted to Radhika and vice versa, to induce both Radha and Krishna to approach each other, to surrender unto Krishna, to create a jovial atmosphere, to give Radha Govind assurance to enjoy their pastimes, to dress and decorate both Radha and Krishna, to show expertise in expressing Radha Madhav's desire, to conceal the faults of Radharani, to cheat their respective husbands and relatives, to educate, to enable both Radha and Krishna to meet at the proper place, to fan Radha and Krishna, to sometimes reapproach Radha and Krishna, to set conversation in motion, to protect Radharani by various means. So we can see all these qualities in Krishna. I mean, all these qualities such as seva, which manjaris they have to perform to make Radha Krishna meet peacefully and nicely. Now, chapter 6, specialization in sadhana. You can open in your phone, and it's other way around. It's like you have to scroll up rather than scrolling down. Sadhana means favorite. In his conclusive verse of Raga Sadhana, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad says, Shravanot Kirtanadini Vedi Bhaktyu Tu Yan Yan Gani Chatanyatra Vijayani Manishivi. The Raganuga sadhana should intelligently select those limbs of Vedic sadhana bhakti like hearing, chanting, and remembering Radha Krishna which best nourish and promote one's practice of Raganuga Bhakti sadhana. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pad says a Raganuga sadhaka should practice the limbs of Vedic Bhakti that contribute to and develop one's desired mood of Braj Madhurya Gopi Bhav and not the limbs opposed to it. In today's world, we rarely see anyone doing any of these. But just to set the standard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti list only 5 limbs of Vedic sadhana that Raganuga sadhak should not perform. Very important, huh? On the path of Vedic Bhakti, the scriptures directs the sadhaka to meditate on Dwarka Dhyan. On the Vedic Bhakti, the scriptures direct the sadhaka to meditate on Dwarka Dhyan. Worshipping the Queen Rukmini, Mahishi Archana. Perform mudras during puja, yani hand gestures, and the nyasa, body purification by touch and mantras, and do self-worship. Aham Grahopasna. Okay, that's the fifth thing, huh? Self-worship is also one of the part of Pancharatra. And you cannot do we perform any of the Pancharatra activity without worshipping yourself? For a Raganuga sadhaka desiring Gopi Bhav, however, all these practices must be rejected and not done. They are unfavorable and go against the Vraj Gopi Bhav. This means a Kamanuga Raganuga Bhakti sadhaka will accept and practice those limbs of very sadhana bhakti which cultivate one's desire, sthai bhav, permanent loving mood towards Krishna, namely the Madhurya Rati of the Braj gopis like Shri Radha, Lalita, and especially the Radha Sneha, Adhika, Bhava, Bhavalas Rati of Radharani's Seva Dasis, Shri Rupa Manjari and Rati Manjari. So, using one's intelligence and the wise counsel of one's gurus, the sadhaka should carefully select those limbs of Vedi Bhakti which nourish one's Manjari Bhav and not hamper it. Obviously, practicing the favorable limbs also includes rejecting the unfavorable limbs and practice of Vedi Bhakti. Special features of Raganuga Bhakti. Okay. There are simultaneous similarities and differences in Vedi sadhana and Raganuga sadhana. Okay, I mean, I've already explained this to you again and again, but now we are seeing the prospect of Maharaj and in his words, how is he explaining? You see, on both paths, the sadhaka follow the four principles and host of scriptural rules and regulations. They are parallel path of sadhana, both progressing through the 9 stages of devotion, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, and Diksha, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, and Prema. In Vedi Bhakti, one practices dutifully out of fear or submission to the dictates of scriptures while thinking, I should do this. It will help me and be good for me. Raganuga Bhakti, however, is much different in that the motivation to act is generated from the heart and not the mind, as in Vedi Bhakti. The Raga Sadhaka is propelled by intense natural liking and attraction to Sri Krishna, Lobha. Among the 9 limbs of sadhana bhakti, the practice of remembrance smaran is paramount for Raganuga sadhaka. For example, both Vedi and Raganuga sadhakas perform Thakurji puja by externally offering 5 or 16 articles, Panchupchar puja or Shodashupchar puja. But for the Raganuga sadhaka, however, the main puja is done, and deity worship is done internally through smaran or mental remembrance of the beautiful form of Radha Sham and mentally performing Manasi Seva. Them a variety of articles and Seva throughout the 8 periods of the day, Ashtakaliya Leela Seva. Bhakti Sandarbha says meditation means detailed contemplation of form such as Radha Madhav, Visheshato, Rupadi, Vichintanam, Dhyanam. Admittedly, remembrance and meditations are difficult. Regarding this, Srila Narottam Das Thakur prays to one's mind to be friendly, fixed and cooperative. We too can pray like this. Yugal Charan Seva, Yugal Charan Deva, Yugaleri Manera Riti, Yugal Kishore Rupa, Kamarati Ganabhupa, Mane Rahe O Leela Ki Riti. May the seva of the Radha Krishna's lotus feet remain in my mind, and may my mind be fixed in the meditation upon them. May my mind love this youthful pair who are the reigning monarchs over all cupids and ratis, and may my mind remains fixed on Radha Govind's pastime. The inner purity are acquired by steady sadhana facilitates such mental absorption, but its actual attainment is totally dependent on the mercy of Sri Hari, Sri Guru, and the Vaishnavas. The inner purity one acquires by steady sadhana facilitates such mental absorption. Hmm. The actual attainment is totally dependent on the mercy of Guru Hari Sadhu. Comparison Vedi and Raganuga Bhakti. Sadhana. There are two distinct distinct paths of sadhana bhakti. One is Vedi Marg and the Rag Marg. The path of rules and passionate drive externally both observe the same practice. यानी कि externally you will see the Raganuga Bhakta is also hearing, chanting, and remembering and worshipping Sri Krishna. Since both paths follow the same external practices, it is hard to differentiate between a Vedic Bhakta and the Raganuga Bhakta. The difference is in the inner drive to act and practice sadhana. Thus, it is impetus that determines the path, Vedi or Raganuga. It's very complicated to say who is the Ragamarga Vaishnava and who is the Vedi Marga Vaishnava. On the path of Rag, passionate drive, one's spiritual greed creates a great inner hankering that propels one towards the goal of attaining the same loving feelings and services as Krishna's beloveds in Braj. In the Vedi path, the one acts due to family tradition, a fear of punishment, a sense of pious duty, or due to the submission to scriptural edict. Perfection in Vedi marg means attaining Vaikuntha and serving Sri Krishna in a mood of formality and majesty. Perfection in Rag marg takes one to the Vraj Dham and the intimate, sweet personal services of Radha Govind Yugal with the mood, form, and seva of handmaid of Srimati Radharani. Besides the shared practices which Vedic Marg, Rag Marg features a unique internal world of practice, mental service, and meditation. Internally, one cultivates a specific divine loving emotion that ultimately gives realization and vision of one's eternal spiritual body, Siddha Surupa, suited for Radha Govind's direct service and dress. The path of Raganuga Bhakti has two stages, unborn taste and occurrent taste. Ajat Ruchi and Ajat Ruchi and Jat Ruchi. Unborn taste Unborn taste is the beginning stage when one is keenly interested in reading and hearing about Radha Krishna and the gopis in Braja. However, a mature burning desire to serve Radha Krishna as a gopi has not appeared. At this stage, one practice of Raganuga sadhana is a mixture of Raganuga and Vedi as far as one's impetus is concerned. In the second stage, Jata Ruchi, one feels a deep overwhelming taste for both the practice and the goal of Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. This is Raganuga proper in the sense that one is following Anuga, one's powerful desire, Rag, to attain Gopi Bhav and Sri Radha's eternal service. Besides the keen interest to read and hear Radha Krishna's topic, the Jat Ruchi Sadhaka is spontaneously and constantly pushed towards or forward simply by the power of one's intense desire. I must attain Gopi Bhav and the eternal service of Radha Rani in this very lifetime. Now we present the differences in practice of the Vedi and Raganuga sadhak regarding hearing, chanting, remembering, and worshipping. Shravanam, Kirtan, Smaran, and Archana. The main element that distinguish the Kamanuga, Raganuga Bhakta from the Vedi Bhakta is one's bhav or mood, which is produced by an intense spiritual greed to serve Srimati Radhika like Sri Rupa Manjari and Rati Manjari. Although not neglecting any aspect of bhakti, a Raganuga sadhaka will not perform any limb of bhakti that are unfavorable to Gopi Bhav, such as Dwarka Dhyan, Mahishi Puja, Mudras Nyasa, and Aham Grahopasana, which are some of the 64 angas of devotion. Shravanam. Raganuga sadhaka will regularly hear, read, and practice remembering Radha Govind's Vraj Madhuri Leelas while hearing reading books like Govind Leelamrit, Vilap Kusumanjali, Krishna Bhavnamrita, Sankalpa Kalpadrum, and Bhavna Sar Sangraha. ठीक है? One will sincerely pray to the respected authors that by their causeless mercy, their sweet Manjari Bhav and Leela realities will one day be theirs. One will also here read selected part of other sacred work like Srimad Bhagavatam, which nourish one's greed and attachment for serving Radha and Krishna in Braj Madhurya Rati. Kirtan. A Vedic sadhaka simply try to hear and divine name while chanting the Mahamantra. The Raganuga sadha also does this along with thinking of the mantra's meaning. Mantrartha Chintan given by Guru or the different acharyas like Gopal Guru, Vishwa Chakravarti Thakur Pad, Sri Rajiv Goswami Pad. Occasionally one may also remember saints like Siddha Guru, Siddha Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, who chanted Japa while continuously weeping in separation from Radha Govinda. Babaji Maharaj somewhere cried out, Srimati Radhika, oh Premmayi Radha, where are you? Radhe Radhe, Kotha Ego, Premmayi Radhe Radhe. This is like a very intense prayer, you know. Kotha Ego, Premmayi Radhe Radhe. Actually, this is the prayer which we should actually every day chant in separation from Radharani. It is actually written by Raghunath Das Goswami, and definitely Raghunath Das Goswami, uh, Raghunath Das Goswami Pad used to chant this particular prayer every day. But Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj was also in Barsana chanting this particular prayer every day. कोथाई गो प्रेम मई राधे राधे राधा मोरी प्राण मई राधे राधे देखा दिए प्राण रखो राधे राधे তোমার कंगाल তোমার ডাকে राधे 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 वृंदावन विलासिनी राधे राधे कनु मन मोहिनी राधे 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 अष्ट सखिर शिरोमणि राधे राधे विश्व भानु नंदनी राधे राधे गोया गोसाई नियम करे सदा डाके राधे 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 गोसाई एका बारा डाके केसी घाटे अब्र डाके वासी वटे राधे राधे वंशी वटे राधे 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 एक बार डाके निधु बने अब्र डाके कुंज बने राधे 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 like here going one place to another in search of Radharani. So Goshadas Maharaj used to pray this every time, every day. And then he's crying in separation. So when we are chanting, what should be our mood? That is a like, very intense thing to discuss, which we have already discussed. But we will read after this maybe a book, Naam Chintamani, or the books of Bhakti Vinod Thakur on Harinam Chintamani, sorry. A book of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur on Harinam. So we'll get the proper understanding how we should chant. Anyways, let me come back to the book. So chanting and crying, begging for Radhika's mercy, Baba would weep. Dekha diye pran rakho Radhe Radhe. Tomar kangal tomar dake Radhe Radhe. Oh Radhe, I'm nothing but a beggar at your door. Please just once give your darshan and save my life. As water is the basis of for life, Jala Jivana, Krishna Naam is basis and properly energy Bhakti Jivan of a spiritual life. No water, no life. No Naam, no life. Divine life. If we mix sugar in the water, a sweet taste will appear. And if we mix Krishna's honey-rich Braj Leelas with Nama Japa, wow, what an example, huh? We add sugar into water, the sweet taste will appear, right? So the same way when we chant Krishna's honey-rich Braj Leela with Nam Japa, we will relish a very sweet and nourishing taste in Nam, Rasayan, and super growth tonic for one's Bhakti Lata. Nam Rasayan is the secret miracle cure of Raganuga Bhakta. So what we have to do? Ram Rasayan. Nam Rasayan. Nam Rasayan. Very beautiful. Such a good example that, when we are completely down, our BP is low, our energy is low. Normally, water has its sweetness. But when the water has some other sweetness, some squash is given to us, and when we drink that, it doesn't give us only the relishment, but it gives us the energy. It's a kind of tonic for us. So for the bhakti is tonic, Braj Leela mixed with Harinam, that gives the Harinam sweetness, and that is called Raganuga Bhakti. Ram Nam Rasayan Bhakti is a secret miracle cure for the Raganuga Bhakta. While chanting Japa and Raganuga Bhaktas will also think of the Siddha Swarupa of Guru himself and the leading manjaris and the Sakhis of one's lineage, along with remembering the Ashtakali Leela of Radha Govinda Yugal as depicted in Govinda Leelamrit and Krishna Bhavnamrit others. So Kirtana, both Vedi and Raganuga Bhakta perform Kirtan while begging for mercy, purity and surrender. The purpose of Kirtan is only mercy, purity and surrender. Begging for this thing. However, the Raganuga sadhana or Raganuyas also recite prayers of intense lamentation, longing for the Nitya Seva of Srimati Radhika and the darshan of the playful pair known as Siddhi Lalsa Bhajan. I told you there we have Siddhi Lalsa Bhajans, and I think we used to chant also. One of the Siddhi Lalsa Bhajan is Kabe Gaurav Bane, Suruduni Tate, Ha Radhe, Ha Krishna, Vale. Yeah. There are so many bhajan which are actually a part of Geetmala, Siddhi Lalsa. So, Kabe Gaurvane, Suruduni Tate, Ha Radhe, Ha Krishna, Vale. Kandiya Betavo, Deho Sukh Chadi, Nana Lata Tarutale. So same is this way, we can have Siddhi Lalsa. Okay? So Geetmala chapter 5, we have actually 10 songs. Kabe Gaur Bane, Dekhite, Hena Kale Have, Paya Dasi Kori, Pale Dasi Kori, Chintamani Maya, Nirjana Kutire, Varane Tadiya, Vishwabhanu Sudha Charana, Sri Krishna, we have Viraha. So these are the prayers. So we should be chanting. I'm sending the link to you so that fifth chapter you can see, and then it will help you all to actually intensify your japa every day. You know what you can do? You can open this these songs. Okay? Suppose I've opened the first song, the second one, Dekhite. देखिते भूलिबो वाकबे निज स्थूल परिचय. अब you're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. When will I be able to leave this plane of my gross bodily identity far behind? Within a split second, I will completely forget about all these false external affairs and behold the exquisite beauty of the transcendental realm of Braj, which is completely paraded with eternal conscious bliss. So, this particular shlok you have Nayane Haribo Braj Pura Shobha. कि ब्रज की पूरी शोभा मेरे नाकों में होगी नित्य चिद आनंद मोए. हाँ, और जो है मेरे हृदय में नित्य चिद आनंद जो है उसकी प्राप्ति होगी. So all these things you can chant and then you're chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you can meditate on the meaning of it. Okay, so reciting or singing Guru Ashtam, Samsara Dava Anandi Loga. So is a daily practice of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. However, while singing verse 5 and 6, Shri Radhika Madhavoryor Apar or Nikunj Rati Keli Siddhe. The Raganuga Sadhaka will meditate on Sri Guru's Manjari form and Siva expertise in Radha Krishna's Nitya Leela. Shri Radhika Madhavayor Aparo Madhurya Leela Gunarupanamna Pratikshana Swa Dhanilolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Nikunjayuno Rati Kelisedhya Yayali Viryo Tirapishaliya Tatrati Dakshat Ati Vallavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. So you can remember this. So in this way, we can see that how Guru is actually meditating on Radha Krishna's Nitya Leela. My Guru Maharaj one time in one of the books he has mentioned that often Prabhupada, when he's chanting the Mangala Arati, when he came, he used to come on this particular verse. Nikunji Yuno Rati Keli Siddhe. He used to get choked and then he used to stop chanting. And then he used to ask my Guru Maharaj, who's playing Mridanga behind him, to sing further. And then he used to sing for him. Smaranam, remembering Krishna, the third Bhakti Anga is the main practice for Raganuga Sadhaka. Remembrance of Radha Krishna's beautiful divine form, qualities, and pastimes is possible with a pure mind which is attained by continuous Nam Sankirtana. Diksha Mantra Smarana. This is also very important. For the Vedi sadhakas, there are many meanings of the Gopal mantra, but for the Raganuga sadhaka, cultivating Manjari Bhav, the Gopal mantra is the pure Madhurya Rati. The word Krishnaya means that Shri Krishna is the sweet darling of the damsel of Brajbhumi. Krishna Kishore forcefully draws, pulls, and attracts the gopis to his side with the 5 flower arrows of his beautiful, sweet, and charming form, voice, fragrance, touch, and the nectar taste of his cherry red lips. Govindaya means Krishna Govind gives unlimited bliss and satisfaction to the Braj gopis. So Govind, sometimes people think that Govind, the protector of the cows, who gives bliss and satisfaction to the cows. But Go also means the gopis. Go actually means the gopis for the Raganuga Sadhaka. So that's what I'm saying. So much of deep depth is there. So much of depth is there, which is given by our acharyas. But we are very unfortunate if we cannot study all this and cannot understand all this. So the 5 arrows, so the 5 arrows is of his beautiful, sweet and charming form, voice, fragrance, touch, and the nectar taste of his cherry red lips. ठीक है? So Gopijana Vallabha means the Gopinath. Sri Krishna is the beloved of all the Braj damsels, especially Sri Radha, whom Shyam loves the most of all. The word Swaha represents Sri Yogamaya or the expansion of Krishna's Swarupa Shakti, who connects the devotees to Krishna by bringing them into Radha Krishna's eternal pastime. Swaha also means to offer or dedicate to. Swaha also means that you're dedicating yourself towards the Lord. So, I mean, you're not Brahman initiated, so that's why you don't know. But I'm just telling you because it's like if I'm telling you doesn't mean that I'm initiating you. But it's like when you read a book about pregnancy, so you don't get pregnant. The same way, if I tell you uh, that what is Gopala mantra doesn't mean that I'm giving you initiation. So Krishnaya, malab, there's a Bij mantra which we should not chant. I'm just telling you the upar se. Krishnaya, Vasudevaya, Krishnaya, Govindaya, Gopijana Vallabhaya, Swaha. So Gopal mantra is this. So जब कृष्णाय का means हो गया, Krishna is a sweet darling of the Damsel of Brajbhumi. So Krishnaya, when you're chanting Krishnaya, you're thinking about that Krishna who's favorite of all. Govindaya, who is the protector and the one who gives bliss and nourishment to the gopis, especially Radharani, and Gopijana Vallabhaya, who is the uh, Gopinath of all the gopis, especially Radharani. And Swaha means I'm offering myself unto this person who has these three qualities, especially these three qualities. So does the Raganuga Sadhaka meditate on the line Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha as meaning, just like the Braj Gopis, I am offering myself fully at the feet of Gopijana Vallabha Sri Krishna, and may Yogamaya mercifully arrange for me to eternally serve the youthful pair in the bowers of Braja. Yeah, such a beautiful explanation. Archana. Many temples offer 7 daily aartis at different times of the day. While observing these pujas, the Vedic sadhaka think this is a Mangal Aarti, this is Shingar Aarti, this is Bhog Aarti, Shain Aarti, morning, noon, or evening. However, Raganuga sadhak has a different angle and a vision to it. One, during the Mangala Aarti, the Raga Bhakta will meditate on the Manjaris waking up Radha Madhav, sleeping in Nidhivan after a euphoric time of Rasa dance. As Vishaka gently waves a huge charmer wisp, Lalita Sakhi illuminates Leela Yugal's lovely face with the lamp filled with the ghee of the prema. The lamp, Yugal's lovely lamp, illuminating Leela Yugal's lovely face with the lamp filled with the ghee of her prema. Thus, the meditating sadhaka and the sakhis enjoy very sweet darshan of their beloveds, which fills them with auspiciousness. Because the timings of the temple arati correspond to Radhe Shyam's daily Ashtakali Leela, the Raganuga sadhaka thinks of the arati in relation to the eightfold daily pastimes of Radha Madhav. For example, during the noon arti, the Raganuga sadhaka think of the Radha Kund. At this time, Sri Krishna worshipped Sri Radha with the green lamp of his heart. Krishna is worshipping Radha with the green lamp of his heart, illuminating her face with a loving glow from his lotus eyes. After the last arati of the day, the Vedi Pujari puts Thakurji to rest, leaves the altar, locks Thakurji's door, and offers obeisances. To obtain forgiveness for any mistakes or offenses in the seva, the Pujari, feeling, sing the following prayer. Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardan Yat Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadastu Me. Oh Bhagwan Janardan, please accept whatever little puja I have offered, although devoid of devotion and improperly done with the wrong mantras. प्रतिज्ञा तब गोविंद ना नामे भक्त प्रणश्यति इति संस्मृत्या prana sam धारयामि हम. O Govinda, I maintain my life by always remembering your promise. Promise to whom? To Arjuna, that your devotee will never perish. Aparadha sahasrani kirente ham nishamaya, but dasoham, I'm your servant. Iti mam matva, shamasva madhusudana. I make thousands of offenses, but considering me as your servant, please forgive me. In addition to offering these prayers, the Raga Bhakta will slit just outside Thakurji's locked door, thinking that he or she is on the veranda of the Kunja besides the Yamuna, pulling on a ceiling fan of fragrant flowers to relish Radha Raspberry during their blissful response. Suppose one will also meditate on Radha Krishna's evening pastimes. One's individual Siddhadeha and mentally perform a variety of pleasing sevas. One may even visualize the following sweet sense. Shri Radhike tav raha parichari kaham dwara sthitha ras hriday patita kada shama. O Radhike, when will I, your confidential maid servant, stand outside the gate of your kunja? Wow. So, O Radhike, when will I, your confidential maid servant, Kinkari Manjari, stand outside the gate of your kunja, Thakurji's altar, and then fall into the rapturous pool of rasa as I listen to your sweet love prattles and tinkling ankle bells. For the Vedic sadhaka, archan means murti puja or deity worship of various murtis such as Radha, Krishna, God Nitai, Mahaprabhu, Govardhan, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Shaligram, etc., etc., right? But Raganuga Bhakta may perform Murti Puja, but the main object of worship is the Manasik Murti. His Manasik Murti, the form of the Leela of Radha Krishna that one cherished and mentally serves in one Siddhadeha. As you can see, the practices of the very sadhakas and Raganuga sadhaka are similar, but their focus and meditations are categorically different. Mixing Murti Puja or Ashtakali Leela. So this particular point, I think we should read next time. I personally feel that it's already overdosed to all of you. So we'll be doing the Murti Puja and the Ashtakali Leela. How can we mix it together tomorrow? This will be a very good class for you to understand also the deity worship, the insights of deity worship, or the secrets of deity worship. Right? Any question, any doubt, any problem you have? Yailashwasi?
No, no, Prabhuji, everything clear, Prabhuji. Whatever you have told.
Kalavati
Prabhu,
Mataji?
I have to read once again, then I'll talk. Discuss with you.
But I'm speaking, Mataji, you're able to understand, ना? ऐसा तो नहीं ना कि मैं understand नहीं हो रहे हो.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
ठीक
कुछ
है.
चीजें होती है ना जो आप दोबारा पढ़ोगे तो बहुत अच्छे से समझ में आता है. मतलब एक बार तो हो गया, लेकिन दोबारा पढ़ेंगे तो मतलब जैसे मेडिटेट करने के लिए बोल रहे हैं या कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं, इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे रहे हैं, तो वो हमारे अंदर उतरेंगी तब क्वेश्चंस आएंगे ना दिमाग में.
I agree with
दैट्स
you,
व्हाट आई
Mataji.
फील.
I agree with you, Mataji. Anyways, it's a very amazing book. I'm
यस.
very glad that, that we got to read such a book, We are very fortunate that we are connected to each other and reading such books, Vanchakar Patru Vaishya Kripa